Hello, my dry and wet friends. This time I'm going to take you to a wreck in the Adriatic Sea near Croatia. I also want to introduce you to TTS diving. TTS, short for time to surface, is a way to plan and execute a technical dive. First, few words about the wreck itself. The wreck is called Totonno, and it is an Italian ship that met an Italian mine and sank. The guy who was our boat captain actually has a YouTube channel, and he has made a really nice video about the wreck itself. I'm gonna link it down below. So let's start first with explaining technical diving. Generally, a dive is called technical dive if it's a dive where you can't directly ascend to the surface. For example, if you dive deep and stay there too long, you will have so much nitrogen inside your tissues that you risk getting the bends if you ascend to the surface directly. And because you necessarily can't ascend, planning your gas is a very big part of technical diving. On this day and age, 2026, it's done mostly with software. And my guys, it's gas planning, not rocket science. First, you need a good software. The one I like to use is called Multideco. Then you need to know what kind of tanks you have and what gases you either have or have available. You also need to have an idea of how deep you want to go. Oh yeah, even though I'm explaining how to do the planning here, please, if you're considering technical diving, take training for it. What I'm telling you guys now is just one of many details related to technical diving. And in order to minimize your risks, you need to know all the details. And then putting it all together, you'll start by calculating your gas volume, so the tank size times the pressure of the gas inside. Then you start playing around in the software, trying to see how long you can stay at depth so that your gas still is enough. I usually start by setting the bottom time to 20 minutes or something like this, and then increase it or decrease it based on if the gas used is more or less what I have. Then you check how long your ascent is going to take. This is going to be your TTS, or rather your maximum TTS. You can easily get the ascent gas by setting up 1% helium. Then you check how much gas is required for this ascent. You subtract this amount from your starting gas pressure, and this is how you get your turn pressure. Turn pressure is not when you turn your dive, it's when you start your ascent. So you still need to plan, like if you swim back to some line. Then you mark the TTS and turn pressure in two different places. Marking it in your mind does not count. And then you just dive. Whee! The computer will tell you what is your TTS, and it will also show other useful information. For example, at 5, which means that in 5 minutes, what is going to be your time to surface if you stay at your current depth. You also need to follow how much gas you have remaining so that you don't go over your turn pressure. And then when you're ascending, you just follow the decompression steps that your computer is prescribing to you. And this is how you maximize your dive, basically, without increasing the risk. During this dive, I filled my computer in order to show you guys how it looks in practice. Diving with TTS gives you a lot of flexibility. You can stay at depth shallower than your planned depth anytime until you reach your turn pressure or your TTS. At this point, the need for decompression started to build up. We started ascending. The wreck looked pretty great on the way back. Here's where the mine hit the wreck. You can clearly see how the hull is distorted. The wreck was located between 20 meters and 50 meters, so it was pretty nice swim back to shallower depths. Believe me, there's a lot of film material of this blue stuff. I haven't figured out yet what it was though. Thank you for watching! I hope you enjoyed the dive.